Hey there guys, previous video got cut quite short and got disturbed, so I had to end that real quick. And I've been thinking about the subject more heavily, like these ideas pop into my mind, and I think let me just make another video and just ramble off on one. I just want to say, you people just starting out on this lifestyle, do not expect miracles, man. Like if you're like my age, 29. You've been doing this for years and years and years. Do not expect after a week you'll be attracting 20 women, running marathons, lifting up houses off the ground, etc. Superpowers. Because, I read something recently stating that the superpowers are probably how you're meant to feel naturally, but you stop feeling that way because you are constantly releasing. And once you abstain from releasing, you reach the level you're supposed to be at naturally. So it's not superpowers per se, but more of, reaching where you're meant to be at when you take away the abusive behavior of you abusing your desires and fantasies or whatnot. So, if you've been doing this for years, like me, popping them out, let's face it, when you're young, it's all like most habits, really. Like, when you're younger, you think, oh, let me try a cigarette. You get hooked on that. You keep doing that, smoking, drinking the same thing, masturbating the same thing. And I feel like when you get older, you think, oh, I need to quit. I need to quit smoking for my health. Oh, I need to cut down on the drinking for my health. But then the sex part of it, like people don't really, masturbation, etc. Constantly. People don't really pay attention to that part of it. Like they bust a nut and then they fall asleep. They think, oh yeah, that's natural. It's good for you. Blah blah blah. But if it's knocking you out like that, surely that's like a bit of a warning sign. Like your body instantly needs to sleep to recuperate after that. So, it gets to a point, I don't know, for me it got to a point where it ain't productive constantly, releasing. In a way it's all like, it's like a tranquilizer knocking you out. The lack of energy, it's just a lot of things ties into it. I realise when I get on a streak, I feel more energetic. I feel my personality becomes richer. I feel like I have more of a motivation to work out and do things. I find that I'm not I don't feel knackered all the time to the point that I need lots of sleep to, function. Yeah, that's one thing I noticed. Like last night, physically, I felt good, but mentally tired, so I fell asleep. But then I wake up and I feel like my body just feels like my muscles and everything, they just feel good to go. They don't feel no fatigue, nothing like that. I find my appetite's gone down as well. So I think this all just ties in together. Like obviously when you're younger you look fit and strong. You've got that energy. Then as years go on, you become slower and more tired and more fat, and you eat more, and it just gets out of hand. So, and also I want to say, when you're getting started on this journey, don't expect miracles. Don't expect to be, after a week, don't expect to be running marathons and lifting houses and going to your local supermarket looking at every woman, see if you've attracted any of them and things that's just nonsense, man. I feel like you need to accept that you've depleted yourself and you need to give yourself weeks to see the slow, when I hit the 70 odd days part, that's when I became a bit I feel like at that point, around them points, I felt like I was becoming more aggressive and stuff. I feel like I did need a release at that stage. But obviously, this time round, I would love to reach that stage and go further and see what's further down the line. But we see how it goes. We take it a day at a time, day 12. And that's like 60 odd days away, 2 months away, man. That's a long way away, but it will be nice to reach that level again. You know, I do realize from that streak that I did gain vast amount of energy, and you can really tell that is when you slip back up into the fapping lifestyle, doing it day in, day out, week in, week out. You just don't have the same like vigor as you once did. And getting onto no fap, it does take time to build that back up. You see, like the last week, I was 5 days in, went to work, and I was shattered after that. So, and tonight I'm going working late again, and it's a week after 7 days extra no fap. So I'm gonna see how my energy levels are, how the fatigue is, etc., etc. And then I'll be able to fit, like, you know, you'll be able to see the difference. Obviously, if I go and it's the same thing, I think that not much of an improvement. But then as the weeks go by, obviously I'm going to be sticking to this. If I do notice the improvements, I'm going to be coming back and reporting back and telling you guys, like, judging from my experience, how many weeks. Obviously everyone's different, but for me, how many weeks the energy like kicks in, etc., and builds up. Because like on 5 days, you know, your results are going to be different to mine. But for me, on 5 days, you know, that was unnoticeable really. Didn't really notice much. And like I said in the previous video, day 12 today was the first day. I felt something down there, you know, the sensation you get when you're, you know what I mean, excited or whatever. And that's after 12 days. So it's taken my body 12 days to, you know, calm down and slowly build up, etc. But for you guys, it could be different. But for me, 12 days, I'm seeing the first signs of the benefits of no fap. And that's 2 weeks. So be patient, guys. Don't expect miracles in a week or 2 weeks or even 3 weeks. Like next week, I'll probably see much more benefits than I'm seeing now. And obviously I'm going to come back and report it, or it may be similar, or maybe this whole flatline thing, you know, because you're not constantly rewarding yourself with all these exciting things, so you just calm down and you become a bit like dull and depressed, I suppose, because your body, your mind and stuff are craving that boost that you've been giving it. But obviously that's going to be abusing that, is going to be taxing for the body, because too much of a good thing is a bad thing. It's like many things in life really. Eating a chocolate cake is nice to begin with, but eventually you're like, oh, I've had enough of this, I feel sick. You know what I'm trying to say, guys. So yeah, I'm trying to ease back into making these videos. So this is like my 4th video I've made today. So yeah, the videos are going to get better. I haven't really done videos in a long time, so at the minute they're a bit all over the place. But I'm just getting one force off my chest and reporting back to you guys, because a lot of people did leave me comments saying, where have you gone, you right, you still doing it, blah blah blah. And yeah, the videos are back. If you do see there's like a period of absence, that could be multiple reasons. It could be I fell off the wagon, it could be I've been busy, but I'm not really pressuring myself to hit major like streaks, etc. Like 12 days in, I could probably fit in a few more weeks. You know, I'm not at any moment like thinking to give in, so I'm trying to keep the streak, trying to stay on the streak. And it's just like, I just feel like with no fap, semen retention, blah blah blah, you know, like I will probably have a fiddle now and again, but I'm prioritizing the semen retention. You know, I know what I'm doing when I'm doing what I'm doing, but you know, it's just, if you're going to take it to the next level, which I don't want to do, so I try and abstain from, you know, giving in to certain urges, because I want to preserve my portable charger, which I believe NoFap is. It's like having a portable charger within you. Once you build that charger up, you know, you've got that as a backup instead of running on empty all the time. So this video is 10 minutes long. I've got 1 minute left, so I'm going to wrap it up. I hope that was helpful for you guys. Stay tuned, more videos to come in the near future. You know, it might not even be a daily thing, but obviously if things come to me and I want to put a video, I'll put it out. So you may hear from me like next week or whenever, a week after that. But yeah, take care guys. See you next time.